Hey everybody, it's me, Noel. Just wanted to get in on a rant here on the Phil Dawson guy from Duck Dynasty. Never watched too much of this show. Just maybe seen a couple episodes here and there. Not a big fan of A&E, and definitely not a big fan of reality shows in general. This guy came out in a magazine, a national magazine, and basically said that gay is sinful. Being gay is sinful. What they do, they're going to hell for basically everything that they do. Well, this caused a lot of uproar for some reason. And I think we're missing the big point here in a lot of things. First of all, this is not a First Amendment violation. And people need to stop acting like A&E is the government, which it definitely is not. It's a television broadcast company, folks. They have a right to employ anybody that they want to. Anyone. So, A&E is a business. And A&E has different values from what Phil expressed in his statements on GQ. So, they basically have broken business ties with another. So, that there's nothing for them to do business anymore with. After whatever he said, sure, he has freedom of speech, and A&E has the right to break that off, depending on whatever he says. They are a private business company. They can hire whoever they want and fire whoever they want, based on any reason. Now, I'm not debating, and no one is debating on his rights of his freedom of speech, obviously. He said what he said, and that's his right. So, basically this. A&E, privately owned, and you work for them, and then, which means you represent them. Now, you say something homophobic and something that probably doesn't go well with what their image is or what they're all about. Hey, they hired you, they can fire you. A&E has as much right to do their business with anybody based on their values. And they're not saying Phil doesn't have the right to say what he wants. So basically, we have a disagreement of beliefs upon A&E, and they're not going to promote what he's saying on their broadcasting station. It's their channel. They do what they want. And he has the right to go to any public forum, anywhere, any other TV show. Go to fucking Fox, go to Twitter, and say what you want. It's easy. He doesn't even need A&E to... he's been making videos on YouTube, I've seen, and he's up there preaching on the pedestal, saying what he's been saying, even though it wasn't in a national magazine. And even the national magazine allowed him to say what he wanted to say. Bottom line, no one is trying to take his rights away from what he said. So there's a big misconception here. I don't know why people are freaking out about this so much. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Are we really that fascinated with this guy and this show? And, for me, I'm not a big fan of the show. I've never been a big fan. Never watched A&E shows too much. I don't even watch basic cable. And this is one of these channels that are on basic cable that they show this show because it is a blockbuster hit for them. For them, I see this move, it's a very smart business move for A&E. No huge company would hire someone if they knew that they were racist. It had to be somewhere in his contract, somewhere, I would think, for him to maybe know that if he was going to come out and say certain things that A&E probably knew beforehand. Because first of all, business is business. If they're going to pick up this show and they know that they feel it's going to be a hit and they know these guys are redneck, racist, homophobic people, I don't know. Maybe that breached a thing in his contract. I don't know. But in all, this is a smart move for A&E because you go to Walmart and you go to some other big corporate thing, and if they find out that you're a murderer or a racist or homophobic, whatever, you tell that to your interviewer, and then you act like that in your job around the people that you work with, you're going to have some problems. And it has to do with money. Money, 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 money. It's all about the money. And, there are A&E viewers who are now going to view this guy that are gay, or you know, probably a lot of LGBT people watch the show just for the comedy of it, other than the fact that, like, they have white beards and they look funny. I mean, it's a comedy show and people loved it. And there are gay viewers out there. And probably majority of them on A&E are gay viewers. I wouldn't be surprised. A&E is not taking away anybody's rights here, let alone that making their decision based on his freedom of speech. They just don't want him speaking on their broadcast. A&E doesn't want to have any part of it. So, Phil, there's a lot of other outlets that you can speak your mind and probably make some money off of. You got some little minions following you. I mean, you already have a great show. Start a Twitter. Get a phone and start Twitter. You could probably make some money off the side doing that too. But in this instance, I mean, the weird part is this guy is not even fired. He's on hiatus. He really hasn't lost his job. He's just out indefinitely. Which means, sure, they could probably bring him back if they don't have him for a season. They could, I don't know what the hell he wants to do. But we need to get facts straight here, because a lot of people are taking this the wrong way. And, you know, people are just sounding very ridiculous about the First Amendment rights. And, you know, there's a huge difference between business moves and First Amendment rights. And A&E is calling the shots here. They're calling the shots here for their own business. So, that's all I really have to say. I'm not a big Duck Dynasty fan, and I really could give a shit, but just wanted to put some rant on it, and hey, give you some introspective here. So, hope you liked it. Anyways, hope you guys come back and see the rest of my videos. I'm out.